Hello everyone, and welcome to Eric Todd Hill, episode 7. In episode 6, a man had just given Cassandra the benefit of his thoughts on farm diversification. In episode 7, his mind is going to turn to more serious issues. I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about you the whole night, and now that the sun has risen, I just want to wish you a great morning, he said, sending some roses. Good morning. I really hope you had a good sleep. Good morning, my love. I miss you, and I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I'm very excited. Wills and his wife Lola are coming tomorrow, we hope. Oh, that's good news. As each day passes, my love for you grows stronger, like a flame that can never be extinguished. Every night I fall asleep with your name on my lips and your image in my heart. Sweet dreams, my love. And if you're looking at the screen, you'll see that he forgot to remove the quotation marks before he copied and pasted all that. Though the miles separate us, the bond we share is unbreakable, and my heart belongs to you always. Your voice is my favourite melody, your texts my sweetest poetry, and your love my most treasured gift. I wondered where you copied that from, said Cassandra. LOL, I had this in my head. Then you might want to remove the quotation marks that your head has. Our man took the point. Every moment we spend together is so precious to me. I love you more and more each day, and I can't wait to spend more years ahead. I'll have a whole new family. Time with you goes by too fast. 24 hours just isn't enough. I'll love you forever and beyond. Cassandra decided to throw a spanner in the works, the thing that all the scammers forget after a while. Will you bring your son to meet me? If I were given all the time to live from the Big Bang to the Big Crunch, I would spend the entire time loving you. Okay, I got the point. You can stop with the love bombing. Yes, my love, and he'll be very happy too. Have you thought about where he'll go to school? Not really, honey. What do you think? I have no idea. I don't know anything about him. Where does he go to school now? He's in CA for now. I don't know what you mean. Which school does he go to? Who does he live with? He lives in CA, San Francisco, here in USA. I asked who he lives with and which school he attends. I have to go back outside now. I'll talk to you again later. Take care. Marin Horizon School, he said. Okay, honey. He leave with his school teacher. I really do miss him so much. The curse of the text-to-speech software strikes again. Where has he left? Did they run away together? Is he refusing to go to school? I believe you know that I am not in the state, he said. That's irrelevant. Of course you aren't. You told me he's left with his school teacher. You didn't say where they've left or where they've gone to. Our man, thinking on his feet, thought he'd better say, for 2 months now, the school teacher hasn't sent an email. Maybe he's having issues with his email. I believe somehow he will send me an email. Cassandra decided that we wouldn't pursue that any further. Yes, maybe he is. Actually, a lot is really in my head. I've received an email from the United Nations Forum. That's good news, and I will plead that I have to be fast with all this process. They said first thing I need to present a document of marriage certificate of who I'm going to be with. That is, there should be someone requesting me out due to timing and of importance. So dear, the only first means is for a marriage certificate to be processed, having you and I name on it. Oh, you want to send a fake marriage certificate? I will not be involved in fraud. I decided to contact an agent, and he said that's the proper way, which means he needs to apply for it, and they will process it. I'm sorry, but I will not become involved in fraud. What did you mean by fake and fraud? We aren't married, so there is no legitimate marriage certificate. I'm working with the agency, and they're giving me rules and guidelines, said our man, who, as you'll hear, is about to tie himself up in knots. Yes, but the processing can be done online, which will end on where we'll both can sign, and we can only sign it when we're together. I have no idea what that even meant. Please try and type something that makes sense. All they need is a process form that will show that we are together, and we have all plans to be together. Do you even understand? Why making me look as if I didn't know what I am doing? No, I don't understand. We aren't married. There is no marriage certificate. Yes, that's what I'm giving a detailed explanation, said our man, as ever. Have you noticed how the scammers do this? I guess it's a gaslighting tactic that they're brought up with. Tell the person that that is actually what you said, even if it's the complete opposite. A detailed explanation of what? That you want me to pretend we're married when we aren't? That you're going to get a fake marriage certificate? That's not all about you pretending. Why are you getting all this whole thing wrong? Can I ask you a question? Don't you want us to get married? I will not lie and say we are married when we're not. I will not sign a fake marriage certificate. We aren't signing any documents just yet. Then what is it about? We're not married. There is no certificate. We need to get the form as a way that is under processing. Answer my question, please. That's what the agent said. Then what is it about? We're not married. There is no certificate. Then you need to speak to the agent again. I cannot believe that one of the US Army's highest-ranking officers would A, ask me to lie, and B, be prepared to lie himself. That's unbelievable. Just ask for a week's leave to come here so we can meet. And so, our man thought he'd call Cassandra and give her one of those long-winded explanations that we have now come to expect. Hello.
Hello, babe. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What on earth are you talking about? What on earth do you think?
You don't want to listen to me,
I'm not.
do you? Can you listen to me? Hello?
Yes, are you going to tell me or not?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. That's much more reason I called you. I called you simply because I have to meet up with the department and I have to call you. That's why I called you. So can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Are you going to explain?
When I received the email today, after receiving the email checking what they said they notified me that there should be a proof of me showing to them. It's not that we're doing a fake or marriage certificate, but they said they just need a proof to show that we are really wanting to be together. So it's not that we are signing a fake marriage certificate. I decided to ask the other agent that is on process department. I have to ask him. He said no problem. We just have to process an ongoing process form showing that we are both together. That doesn't mean we should sign a document. We are not signing a document, but they have just to process it on ground, showing that yes, these two people wanted to be together. So they will approve it because we already made that aim that we want to be together. And I'm not just only being together, I am going out of the war zone, all in the name of being with you and other things that I have to do beside being with you. So it's not an ID, it's not a process, or it's not a document that we should rush and sign immediately. It should be when we came together, when I arrived in the UK with you, then we can sign a document right there together if we are getting married. But this is just a process document showing that these two people are highly welcome in a relationship, to show that yes, I am really living not only just because of my own mindset, but I'm still living because of also my other mindset of being with the woman of my life. That's it. So it's not a big deal showing you saying that you're going to sign a marriage certificate. This is fraud. No, it's not part of it. I'm working directly from the United Nations. So I don't pick ideas outside the consequences. Do you get me?
Then why did you say to me that you needed to present a marriage certificate when you now say that you don't?
The agent said we have to process a form showing a marriage certificate. That is just a proof. It's not that we need to sign the document. That proof, the UN department, they just have to sign the proof that these people, they are willing to marry. So you should allow them to go on with their other processes of his or his fiancé or his husband that is leaving the war zone. So that is the form. And that form, we need to get it processed by the agent. That's just what I told you. And we sign as a marriage certificate form. But that doesn't mean we are signing it immediately. It's just a process form that bears my name and your name. And that will make sure they will begin to sign it in their law court department. After doing that, they will agree that we can process our flight ticket so that I can get out of here as soon as possible. That's all. It's just a proof to show. Do you get it?
No, I don't. Do you know what a marriage certificate is?
Can you just even let me explain to you? Why are you asking me if I know what a marriage certificate is. Of course, I know what a marriage certificate is. And this form we're processing is part of being a marriage certificate. But when we get together, we will process a form again, signing together. But this is an online form of which you have to process for the documentation of me living from the WASU. Can you get me?
Right, shall I ask you again? Do you know what a marriage certificate is? If you do,
Yes.
please tell me what a marriage certificate is.
I should tell you what a marriage certificate is. A marriage certificate is an agreement. It's a certificate that defines the agreement between two couples coming together as one.
Yes, I think you'll find that a marriage certificate is a certificate that confirms that two people have gone through a marriage ceremony. It's a certificate that confirms that two people are married. You and I are not married. There is no marriage certificate.
Yes. Then can I make you understand these processes? Can I ask you a question?
You can. I don't suppose it'll be sensible, but you're allowed to ask.
Okay, if I ask you, would you want to marry me, to get married to me? Would you?
I don't know till I've met you. And anyway, we can't marry until you're here.
Yes. But what they are trying to say right now is very simple. We having it being processed online, that doesn't mean we are going to get married right now or we are signing any document. We are not signing document. They are just approving the fact that I am living. On the contrary, that I am going to be with the woman of my life and get married to her. Can you just listen? So they did just a preserved form to show that these people are about to get married. They will get married whenever they meet each other at the UK. So allow this processing to go on so that as a hierarchy general, as I am, to process, because they are doing this because they have my life to protect and they have yours to protect. So they are protecting the interests of us so that anywhere and anyhow I meet up with all standards of process form, it will be perfectly okay and it will be approved with no time. So that is it. So it's not that we are really married right now, that we are signing up, we have done ceremony and all that. What is here is very simple for you to understand. It's just a processing form to show to them that, yeah, really, this intention of these people are pure and they really want to get married. So we give them the process ahead. That is it. It's not that we are sending it immediately. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So you are not talking about a marriage certificate, are you? There is no marriage certificate.
But there is a process form of it. That is what we want to do. We have to do a process form.
Well, I have to see the form. I have to see the form, don't I?
You will have to see the form. That is the much more reason. The form will eventually carries your name as well. So you will have to see the form as well.
That's what I just said. That is what I just said. I just said I will have to see the form, won't I? You could just say yes. I mean, I realise you can't, obviously, because you have to give me a 5-minute explanation for everything. I'd dread to imagine what would happen if I asked you what colour your socks are. It would probably take you 5 minutes to tell me. Actually, what colour are your socks?
You really make me feel so nervous right now. As if you don't really know what I'm taking off of my head. Can you just make things easy with me?
I have no idea what you mean. There is no marriage certificate. I mean, it's a really simple concept. There is no marriage certificate. I need to see that form from wherever it's coming from to see what it is that they're really asking.
You really asking? You want me to go ask the agent again if there is other way around? Because he told me eventually that this will be a little simple way around for me to get this on process going on and get it approved with no time. But you dragging it just because they said it's a form to be processed and it will relate like these people are going to get married. So they are bound to be together no matter what it takes. So the process should be kicking off so that it will be approved as soon as possible. That is what ETH says. And it's not a do or die affair that, yes, you are signing it right now. You are not signing any document. I'm not signing any document. But they will sign to show their approval of me leaving the war zone. So why the panicking?
Do you know the difference between a marriage certificate and a form that I may or may not sign expressing my intention to marry you? Do you know the difference between a marriage certificate and a form expressing an intention to marry?
Can I ask you a question?
No, not till you've answered that one. Do you know the difference between a marriage certificate and a form expressing an intention to marry?
I know all differences because
right. Then why are you continually shut up? Why are you continually talking about a non-existent marriage certificate and then trying to tell me that actually what you mean is a form expressing our intention to marry? If you know the difference, please explain to me why you keep talking about a marriage certificate.
I've already explained to you.
No, you have not. You keep telling me.
I have explained to you.
Shut up. You have not, because your explanation always involves telling me that the form is an intent expressing our intention to marry. You have repeatedly told me that the form will be expressing our intention to marry. Do you know the difference between intending to marry and actually being married? The difference between intending to marry and actually being married. Do you know the difference? I'll take that to mean no, you don't. Are we married? That's a simple question. Have you and I gone through a marriage ceremony? You can answer yes or no. Have you and I been through a marriage ceremony?
So if I should ask you,
the answer is yes or no.
No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that because
you and I been through a marriage ceremony? Have we been to a registry office or a vicar together and become married? The answer is yes or no. No, we have not. So there is no marriage certificate. I think you'll agree on that. And what you keep talking about is a form expressing our intention to marry. You do know the difference between being married and intending to marry.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I do not appreciate being asked to lie and say that there is a marriage certificate when so far all I have done is express my intention.
All what you said is correct. But what we happen, I will try to contact the agent right away to know if we can process an extension later form for them to sign.
How long has that taken me to get you to understand the difference between being married and intending to marry? However, that is the situation. We are intending to marry. We are most definitely not married.
You don't need to say that, because if you're saying that, you are trying to put a devourer into our midst.
A what?
A devourer.
A what?
Devourer.
I don't know what it means. Please spell that.
No, I don't need to spell to you. You have to spell yourself.
I have no idea what you're saying, man.
You will have an idea, because when I mean by devourer,
will you shut up? Will you please shut up and listen?
You have to shut up and listen now.
Please shut up. Will you please shut up and listen to what I'm saying? I do not understand that word that you have said. Will you please spell it so I know which word?
I don't need to spell it, because I just told you. The meaning of what I told you is that you want to put some division into our
I do not understand what you are saying. Please spell
the meaning of devourer simply means you are placing a division.
I don't know what I do not know what a defiction is or a devourer. Please spell it. It's a simple request. Please.
I don't want to spell. I don't want to spell.
You mean you've made up the word and you have no bloody idea how to spell it?
I know the meaning of what I told you. That's why I just tried to tell you.
Please spell it. Please.
I won't spell it for you.
spell
We have
it,
other things to
please,
think about. Can you
spell
list
it,
it to me?
please, spell it, please, spell it, please,
Sometimes
spell it,
you
please,
behave like
spell
me.
it,
You.
please, spell it, please, spell it, please, spell it. It is a very, very, very simple request. Please spell that word so that I know which word you are using and I know what you are saying. I do not understand what you are saying. Please spell the
it.
word you are using. Please spell it.
Spell. And I'm not going to spell it because I just
Then you
have to
can go away
explain it to
because I've
you.
had enough of you for this morning. If you're that stupid, idiotic, thick, dim, and unbelievably ridiculous that you cannot spell a word that I don't understand, then I don't want to speak to you.
So why are you curious about the word?
Because you said it. I wish to know which word you were using and how you spell it. I don't believe you know how to spell
Are
it.
you afraid?
Do you know
Are
how
you
to
afraid?
spell? Afraid of what? I don't know what word you're saying. How stupid
I'm
are
asking
you?
you if. Why are you telling me if I'm smart, if I'm stupid or what?
Well, because apparently you can't spell the word that you claim you've used.
I
No, I
claim
didn't
you
think you
use.
could.
I just
You've
told
made
you
up the word, haven't you? You've made up a word, and so you can't spell it. And so also you have no idea what it means.
I know. I have no idea what it means. You
Well,
try to
obviously you
make me
don't.
feel.
Obviously you don't, because you can't spell it to me, so you've made it up. You know, if I said to you that I want to go interdenominational and you didn't know what I meant, I would be able to spell it for you. I would be able to type it in the chat and spell it for you so that you could see what the word was and you could look it up. But apparently you've made up a word if you can't spell it.
I told you you are trying to be as in you are just placing a devourer between us because for you to be
Please
saying
spell that word. I do not know what you're saying. How many
you
times
don't
do I
know
have
what
to
I'm
say
saying.
that? Please
Devourer,
spell that word.
the spelling of devourer should be DE. Are you trying to listen?
Yes, D-E.
That should be DEVORAL. Will you making some devourer
D-E-V-O-R-A-L. Well, I have to say that's a word I've never heard of.
you've never heard of? That means you have to check the Bible.
I have to check the Bible, for God's sake.
Are you going to church?
No,
You didn't believe in God.
no.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Right, well, I've looked it up and I can't even find it. So I presume that you made it up.
I don't made it up. Devourer simply mean in the Bible terms of theological way when you are placing a division. Because the reason why I use the word towards you is because when you decided to say it's either we could not be married or we could be married. You are being just like being sensitive. You are just placing a division. That is the devourer you try to do, of which that is why the words are used for you. So in a theological terms, those words are meant to be used. You know, not always you will know about you. We learn each and every day. You learn, I learn, everybody learns. So that's why you're just being
And I would have learnt much more quickly. I'll say that again because I realise I have to say everything twice. I would have learnt much more quickly had you simply done as I had asked the first time, rather than making me ask dozens and dozens of times. I would have learnt much more quickly had you simply spelled it for me the first time I asked. I'll say that again. I would have learnt much more
It's
quickly.
okay.
Shut up. Had you simply spelled it for me the first time I asked. You are making me doubt whether I want to marry you. A man that is so bullish and so unbelievably childish and rude that they can't even spell a simple word when they're asked is it's really beyond my comprehension.
You try to tell me that I'm unbelievable, shyly rude. Why are you
Yes.
telling me so?
Because you were refusing your lady, the woman of your dreams, the lady that you claimed to wish to marry, asked you a simple question. She told you she didn't understand what you'd said, and she asked you to spell the word.
I want to
Would you? Would you? No, you refused. You
I said I
absolutely
want to kiss your lip
refused.
right now.
You want to do what right now?
Kiss you.
Yeah, well, that's tough. I would like an explanation of why you were talking to the lady of your dreams, the lady you're adamant you're in love with and you wish to marry, and yet you would not spell for her the simple word when she asked you to.
But I just spelled it for you. You said you didn't even find it. You can't find it because it is a theological word.
How
So
many
not a
times?
word you just
How
say.
many times did I ask you before you spelled it? How many times?
10 times. 10 times.
10 times. Why did I have to ask you 10 times?
Because you normally used to repeat words. Normally you like to repeat words to me. You don't even allow
Why
me to
would
say.
you
You will
not
say,
answer
you
me
will
the
say,
first time?
you will have to tell me shut up, shut up,
Why
shut up.
would you
That's what
not answer me the first time? Is this
because
how
it
it's
is a
going to be?
theological terms.
Is this how it's going to be when you come here and we're married? That every time I ask you a question, I have to ask you 10 times?
I believe we won't be saying much because we understand already how we used to argue, and it's part of fun. So
Right.
sometimes if we be not arguing,
I will not marry a man that will not answer a question the first time that I ask him. Do you understand that? I will not marry a
yes,
man that
baby,
will not answer a question the first time I ask him.
yes, baby,
Right.
I
So from
love
now
you,
on, you will answer my questions the first time I ask them. Is that
and you
correct?
will answer too when I ask you.
Have I ever not answered one of your questions?
You have knocked one out before.
Have I ever not answered one of your questions?
But you still delay some before you answer.
Have I ever not answered one of your questions? Show me one question you've had to ask me 10 times before I've answered it.
None.
Exactly. And I do not expect that behaviour from you in the future. I will not marry a man that I have to ask
It's okay, baby.
repeatedly.
You have to calm down, calm down, calm down,
No,
calm down,
shut up.
calm down.
Shut up. I wish to receive an insurance that in the future I will not have to ask you any question more than once.
It's okay. I love you.
That is not an answer, so I will now have to ask you twice. I wish
I
to
said
receive. Shut up.
yes.
No, you did not. So the answer is that I will not have to ask you any question more than once in the future.
Yes.
Right. I will hold you to that.
So, can I try to write to the agent so that to know how the process will go on?
I think that would be an excellent idea.
Then I will get back to you. I need to write to him.
Yes.
Love you.
But as I say, I will not claim to be married when I am not. I'm quite happy to sign a form that says that we intend to get married, but I will not sign a form saying we're married when we're not.
No problem. I will have to say that to him so that he will try to know if it is to process a form of intention.
Indeed.
For us.
Exactly.
That will be more clear.
Exactly.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Okay. And you also need to give some thought to what you're going to do about your son if you come here.
Don't worry about that. That will be settled.
Well, I'm sure it will be, but you need to give some thought to it.
I know. That is a much more reason I told you I'm really worried about this. The school teacher hasn't even sent me an email. And I've sent several emails to him. That really gets me mad. Gets me so mad right now because right away I'll try to send an email again after I have to get to meet to hear from the agent. Then I'm going to send an email directly to him again to know if he can receive any email and get back to me on time, because now I'm trying to make some processes. I need to get stand on everything.
Okay.
So that's it. No problem. I'll get back to you.
Okay. Right, I have to go and have some lunch because I have to go outside again.
So when are you coming back? I mean, hours. You have to tell me an hour, if it's an hour or 2 hours.
I don't have to tell you anything. I shall probably be outside all afternoon. Anyway, you're waiting to hear back from the agent, aren't you?
Okay, no problem. So you have to take care while going. Don't look for troubles.
Oh, for God's sake, man, grow up.
Because if you're looking for troubles, I'll put up my gun right away. I'll try to shoot someone from here.
I beg your pardon?
What do you want to hear?
You really are some kind of idiot sometimes, aren't you?
I said if someone got to get hold of you and try to misbehave with you, I will pull up my gun right here and I will have to kill someone.
Well, you won't. A, you won't from that distance, and B, if you come here with a gun, you'll need to get a license for it.
I don't need a license. You forgot that I'm an army hierarchy general. You're telling me I need a fucking license on any gun?
Absolutely,
Problem.
I am. All guns in the United Kingdom have to have a license, unless if they're used for private use, you need to have a license.
I know I need the form of license, but for the fact that I am an army general overseas in the higher ranking, I've already been licensed. I just have to. That's much more easy. I try to process all documents because they know if I am approved, I'm approved for all. So I don't need to be delayed or to be denied or on anything I'm going to do. It's just that I need to focus on the processes and get everything done.
I'm afraid that being a United States Army General does not give you the right to walk around the streets of the UK carrying a gun.
But if someone have to misbehave with you, I will first of all get him down.
Well, then you'll find yourself in prison, so there won't be any marriage.
So are you afraid about that?
I'm not afraid about it. You're the one that's going to finish up in prison. Don't expect me to come and visit you.
You're going to stay with me in the prison.
I very much doubt it. Anyway, I've had enough of your unmitigated drivel from one morning. Get back to me when you've got that form from wherever it is it's coming from.
No problem. I will ask the injector immediately, and if you respond to me how the form will be processed, I will get back to you as well.
Yes, I think that's a very good idea. Anyway, I need to go and have some lunch. Goodbye for now.
No problem. You take good care of yourself. Love you. Bye.
Will our man come up with that form from the UN? Will Wills and Lola arrive tomorrow? In order to find out, you're going to have to watch episode 8. Hope you enjoyed episode 7. If you did, please like it, please share it, please comment down below, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in Eric Todd Hill, episode 8.